Hello, here's our session today with Pöly. It's 5th of September 2019, and I decided to talk over this video because I thought that Pöly was going so awesome that yeah, I thought I'd just put it out there in the internet, and I thought I might just chat over it as well as I'm at it. And I have a little bit of time just now, so as you can see here, he's doing really nice. And I think this might be the second canter on the left hand. He has worked Pöly at this point maybe about 4 minutes. I didn't get everything on the video because I was putting up some cavaletti ready for him for later. And so I didn't catch everything. But Pöly was really nice today. He was very relaxed in the stables and very content, really happy horse, and he was working really well from the start, really. So this left side is his worst side as well, and he's doing awesome. Here we go over the cavaletti first time. That was a little bit of a rush. DJ just wanted him to get to the cavaletti from the other side of the school, so it was a little bit rushed, but never mind. He did really well anyway, and that looked good as well. So that was perfect. I think this next go over, he got a little bit lazy. He lost momentum there, and he did some extra step there as well. But he's very good with his feet these days, due to a lot of hacking and hacking especially in very small forest paths. So he has to pick his feet very well. So it seems that a couple of cavalettis like this is really easy for him at the moment. And here DJ just let him have a bit of a canter and run with him to the other side of the school because we were just gonna take it easy today and not really drill a lot with the poles, with the cavaletti. Just wanted him to go over them a few times in a good fashion, which he did. So, and we haven't done so many cavaletti, so 4 cavaletti in a row for a very long time actually. We've done a couple of cavalettis, 1 or 2 or something, or poles on the ground, but not so many like this. So here, just a little bit of a break with him, and then he's gonna do a little bit more work. There we go, back to trot. And he's really reaching nicely under, and he has developed a very big stride in the trot. So he covers ground pretty amazingly well. So that's great. He has really developed and become even stronger this last year. So that's really good to see. He's a little bit overweight still. We'll see what the winter does to him. I mean, now it's beginning to be the end of summer, and he has, in fact, just this week or two, I've noticed that he has a little bit more fat on his neck. So when I squeeze his neck, it feels a bit squishy, which it has not felt before. So this has come on just very recently. So we're keeping an eye on it, so hopefully we don't have to restrict his grazing, but we'll see. Hopefully it won't become a problem, and yeah, he gets slimmer during winter. That's really good. That's a nice canter as well. At least the transition is a little bit fast, and there he's looking out, but he settles down into it pretty well. And there's some really nice canter strides there. Very beautiful. And there DJ asked him to get back to the canter because he dropped to trot by himself, and we don't want him to decide these matters. So that's why he was asked to go back to canter for just that little while. And that's a really nice stride in the trot. And you can see how much under he steps, even though he's going very low with his head. And you can see how the stride doesn't really change, even though his head comes a little bit higher or goes a bit lower. It remains pretty much the same. So that's really good to see. And now we're going to change the rein pretty much soon here. There we go. And this is his easier side for walk and trot. But canter he finds a little bit more difficult on right, because then he has to use more of his slightly weaker leg, which is the left hind leg. Is slightly weaker on that. And the left hind leg is slightly weaker because he tends to get tight on the right side of his loin. So the right side of the loin gets tight, and hence he can't use his left hind leg as efficiently as he can use his right hind leg. So this is why he has trouble on the trouble, but I mean, it's not as easy for him on the canter is not as easy for him on the right as it is on the left. So it's all very logical when you when you know these what is wrong with his body, or what is where the tightness is and how it affects his locomotion. And here you can see how he's a little bit complaining with his head. He's twisting his head sometimes, and kind of twisting his neck to the inside, and like there. That's his way of just saying that he feels a little bit tight somewhere, or he doesn't quite want to do something, or he's really questioning you, like, are you really sure that you want me to do this? Or I don't feel like doing any more work. Can I just laze about a little bit more or something? Or then it feels a little bit tight and he needs to let go of some some tightness, tight muscles, or some kind of stresses in his body. So that's just his way of telling us how he's feeling. But as you can see, it's pretty minor, and he continues to step under really well, and stretches, and he's vertically pretty nice and straight. So he's not motorbiking around. He has a very big stride actually, for him, and for his size of horse, and him being a cold blood and all that. He has a very big stride. So he's got kind of he's not rushing, but he's still reaching under. really nicely. And this is pretty good canter. Really nice canter actually. But you can see there he's a little bit complaining with it as well. And it's nice a little bit of a spring in his step as well. He hasn't gotten that. I mean, this has actually developed just the last couple of months when we moved, that he has gotten a little bit more of a spring in his step. So he's starting to develop a little bit more um, upward motion as well. It's all down to him being really happy and content where he is. So he's mentally a very happy horse. And yeah, physically, I mean, the surfaces here are so, so nice. And here you can see what I mean with him complaining with his head, and he's just over bending his neck to the inside a little bit, just complaining like, oh, you're making the circle small. I have to bend my body. I don't think I want to. But there you can see he started to go with it, and that was when DJ let him go in a bigger circle. So that's very nice. And as you can see, he has his head a little bit higher, almost in a kind of a working frame position, not quite, but still a little bit higher and a bit lower, and you can't really see much of a difference in the stride. He's reaching under really well. He's tracking up, and he's in a nice balance with his body. Yeah, so he has really gained a new spring in his step over here, because the surfaces are so nice. We got a really beautiful indoor arena, and it's awesome there. It's really big as well. And this outdoor arena is also very nice. Obviously a little bit harder because it's subject to the elements here, but still it's, as you can see, it's nice and level, and it's good enough. He does not react to this surface at all. When I mean, he is very sensitive to hard ground. So if there's hard ground, his stride immediately suffers. As you can see here, he can cope with really well with this. The surface is perfectly fine for him. A little bit more canter. And DJ gets a little bit more exercise as well. He's just encouraging Bolu to move along a little bit more. And he does. It's a very nice canter. And now he's complaining a bit because DJ asked him to come to a smaller circle because he's moving Bolu now towards the cavaletti. Yeah, and we've been indeed hacking a lot. And the hacking there is just beautiful. There's so much of it, and Bolu really enjoys it, and he's a very happy hacker. He goes fine alone, but he is even better in company. He just loves it, loves to go out with others. And look at that. First go around over the cavaletti, and he's just perfect. So we did this twice more, and he's just even better. And the last one is even better than this. He was stretching his neck outwards even more. That's great. So we left it at that with the cavaletti, because why drill it more when it is already perfect? And here he gets a little bit of a lap of honor, so to say, the beautiful canter. And a little bit tight turn here, but it all went fine. So we were we were thinking that this was awesome, quite short session, but it was awesome. And this is happily, this is not an exception. So this is just, um, it's not always this nice, but it is pretty normal for him to look like this when we work him on the lunge. So it's a pleasure to lunge him and pleasure to work with him. And riding wise, we're doing a lot more, quite a lot more work in the working frame, and it also goes pretty well. So we are just very happy at the moment. It's all going really good. And you can see here how much reach he has with the stride, but at the same time he's not rushing anything. Yeah, I'll see if I can do any stills out of this in the end of the video. Sometimes you can't get a nice still because this is filmed with the mobile phone today. Sometimes it's not sharp enough for a good still, but I'll see if I can get something out of these. So that's really great. Good work. Okay, so here was our session. I hope you enjoyed watching the video, and I'll see if I can get some more done soon enough. Bye.